Hello, Trinity friends. We are thankful that you're tuning in here. Miss Melissa Maxwell had a fabulous idea as we approach Mother's Day that we, as pastors' wives of Trinity Lutheran Crown Point, get to spend a little time with you here, reminiscing on this very special year of 2020-2021. The verse I picked for us right now is Psalm 130, verse 1. Out of the depths I cry to you, O Lord. O Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my pleas for mercy. That's how I feel this year. We've had lots of adventures, but let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am Rachel Henderson, married to Pastor Steve Henderson. We've been at Trinity we will be starting our 7th year already. I have Noah in 8th grade, Hannah in 7th grade, and Jonah in 4th grade here at Trinity Lutheran. And my favorite thing since we've arrived at Trinity, I would have to say, has been the relationships we've been able to establish in this community. All right, I'm going to go to my right.
I'm Elizabeth Gadbaugh. I am a wife to Pastor Gadbaugh. We have 3 children. James and Seth are in 4th and 2nd grade, and then we have a sweet baby girl, Eden, who is 6 months old. We have been at Trinity for, it'll be 2 years next week.
Yeah.
And it's been a wild ride. With this year, one of the things I love best about Trinity is how much we love each other here. Everyone is so nice, and we care about each other, and it's been nice to be included in the Trinity family. It's been a real blessing.
Awesome. All right, and to my left.
All right, I am Bethany Canaday. My husband is Pastor Matt Canaday, and we have 4 children. Lincoln is a kindergartner this year. August is in 4-year-old preschool 3-day, and then we have a 2-year-old named Grant, and this guy is Silas. He is 4 months old. So, and then my favorite thing so far at Trinity, we've been here almost a year. It'll be a year at the end of May. Just has been the kindness of the people that we know here at Trinity and in this community. We have just been embraced in such a strange transition year.
Absolutely. And both of these lovely ladies coming at times where it has just changed so much. And amazing to think about that we have still been able to be very real here and welcoming. If you think back to Lent of 2020, none of us were even in this building practically. So it's been a glorious change to shift back to Easter and seeing people attend again. But we realize fear and comfort are all over the map for families and children as well. So we just thought we'd chat with families a little bit about the different things that we've experienced this year. So things that have been tough this last year. I'm thinking e-learning for many families had its ups and downs. Mask wearing has been difficult for many families, as well as figuring out how to socially interact with one another again. What's comfortable? Do I give you a hug? Do I not give you a hug? Do I give you a high five? Do I not give you a high five? Lots of new territory for us. So those are some of the things that come to mind to me in the parenting realm of how do we have conversations at home about how we respect one another. Any thoughts from you, Elizabeth, on toughness this year?
I think in the last year, the isolation was particularly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We're during lockdown, and then during my pregnancy, I was advised to be very careful about who I was interacting with, and basically told to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did, and it was hard for me being isolated in that way, and then it was hard for me to see my kids, struggling through that too. And thankfully they have each other, so and their buddies, so that helped. But they had gotten used to being with friends. Before we moved here, we had sort of a hermit lifestyle. We were homeschooling, and we had friends and we had interactions, but we spent a lot of time at home. But then when we got here, our world opened up so much more, and so it sort of felt like that closed back in again. So that was hard. We carry on and we made it through, but that was one of the hardest things. We missed our friends, and we missed our family too, because our family doesn't live here either.
Yeah. It was difficult to figure out how to interact again too, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like What are you good with? And
Yes.
without asking it that way, because you didn't want to be intrusive in someone's life either.
Right. Well, and I think the kids
Yeah.
almost forgot how to interact with
Yes,
each other.
they did.
They would go crazy
Uh-huh.
whenever they would see somebody
Uh-huh.
and forget how to act, and everybody just needs to calm down.
I speak quickly anyway, but I'd be like, people, let's talk a little bit right now. All right, lady,
Yeah.
toughness for you moving here.
Yeah, I feel like most of our tough stuff just centered around transition.
Yeah.
And
Are you gonna move this month or next month? Or are you gonna move the month after that?
so true. Yeah, our moving date got moved back a few times. And then I think also like transitioning in any part of life is difficult. You know, whether you're just moving to a new house or a new school or whatever. And so we had a new state, a new school, a new job, a new, you know, so
Yeah.
all of these new things. And I think our kids had a hard time with it because they're comparing totally open upstate New York to relatively close Northwest Indiana. I'm like, I promise there's more things to do here. Right. There are people here. So that has been just an interesting
Yeah.
time navigating. But they are resilient, and I think that's one of the blessings.
Kids are resilient.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, just amazing. I think I remember your husband saying something when he first got here, like, I just can't seem to meet the people, because when do I get to meet the people? Not sure when you're going to get to meet them, but yes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move it to an unexpected blessing that may have occurred then within this last year. Just kidding. I'll go back to you, but these two have babies. Like, those are blessings, but
Sure.
all right, go for it. Bethany.
Well, I think, you know, just what you were saying about when do I get to meet the people, for us it was kind of nice because we met people slowly, like
Ah.
incrementally. So like getting to know people and then being able to remember more names essentially, because you're not meeting everyone all at once.
Yeah.
You're meeting just like small groups of people. And then I think also just for me, it has been an opportunity to grow in my prayer life as we have gone through this year and navigating new things and
Yeah.
the sometimes acting out of my children and myself. That you know, just more opportunity to see God in my parenting and my personal life and ministry. So yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you. Unexpected blessings this year?
Well, you mentioned babies. Eden was definitely our unexpected blessing. She was a big fat surprise, but she is just our little beacon of hope
Yeah.
and joy. So it's been really wonderful to have her in our lives. It was joy we didn't know we needed. So that was definitely a big surprise in this last year. But I think too, just an unexpected blessing, I think, was the time that we were able to spend together again. And remember that we are a really nice family unit, that we
Yes.
do click pretty well together most of the time, and it was nice to kind of get everybody back in the nest a little bit.
I love that term. It's awesome. Oh, and both of these ladies and these babies and families, and it's just nice that we can be together again and have figured out a comfort zone that's healthy and happy again. And for the first time in some ways for us, I'm very thankful here at Trinity to have an incredible staff and team. We are so blessed, truly encouraging each other and truly knowing that there is Satan center in all of us as we go. Blessing that comes to mind to me, just new ways to do things that I don't always love change. Shocker. But we had to be creative, right? About lots of different things, about service and worship. And I maybe don't like it all the time, but it's creativity. Sunday school, vacation Bible school, school. Just lots of different things that we've had to be creative about and think of new ways to do things. And I'm thankful for people in this building who have not just said it's just not going to work and instead come up with a new way to go. The play. Incredible, still in the midst of a challenge. I think we're going to go here to something that we are looking forward to in the next few months. I think I'm looking forward to hopefully outdoor time where people are just comfortable. That's what I think I lean towards. Thoughts from you?
Absolutely, that too. Looking forward to weather being nicer and we'll being able to be out and together outside I think that's even without a pandemic looming, I think that's good for everybody, coming out of the winter, being able to be outside in the sunshine again. But I do think there is that extra comfort level for most people. I know there is for me if we're outside.
It seems in general that is the case, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, anything for you?
I'm just gonna echo the same thing. That's exactly what I thought.
Okay.
Warmer weather, being able to be outside, being active, being with people. Yeah, those are.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, a couple last things here. Words of wisdom that, if anything, that has stuck with us in the last year. Honestly, just today I had a very difficult conversation this morning with someone, and has a large loss in her life, and she said, "Our treasures are not here on this earth, but are stored up in heaven." That was a blessing to hear. Always remembering that it is an eternal destiny that we have ahead. That's the blessing of the church and our community together. Any words of wisdom that come to mind for either of you that have gotten you like, oh yeah, this will help me this year?
Similar idea. God is in his heaven. He is not forsaken us. He is here with us always. Early on, when we didn't know much about what was going on with the virus and everything, one of my boys even said, Mom, it's okay if we get sick, and it's okay because we'll go to heaven, so it's all right.
That's awesome. The faith of a child.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything comes to you?
I think for me, just something that has been kind of a theme throughout my life. My mom.
Yeah.
She always said to leave a place better than you find it. And I have applied that in a lot of different situations, and it kind of gave me a purpose during COVID, I feel like, to be better than when I entered quarantine, right? And intentional growth then. So that's kind of
Growth is good.
yeah. It was an opportunity for growth because I couldn't do a lot of other
In some ways, I'm smiling because I was also thankful for in places where I felt like the bar was getting higher and higher. Now the bar just dropped to here. Let's just start over. I love that part about life too. Coming to mind too is I think most mornings I've awakened with His mercies are new every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I've just needed that all year. His mercies are new every morning. So, all right. Again, so blessed to be here with you at Trinity. So blessed to have Elizabeth here. So blessed to have Bethany here. We are thankful to be a part of a family here, and pray that you would come visit us. Come know us. We are very real, very sinful, but also always striving to know our Lord better, know His Word better, and yeah. Thanks be to God.
Yep. Thanks, Rachel.
Absolutely.